Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library. My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
Well, this...
My parents... made a good team, challenging each other from the start. Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yeah. A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses. This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin. It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did. Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. Dad's book about immortality myths. The door to the library. Locked. There's got... This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It should be another way through. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his... Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time. The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix. A phoenix figurine. I bet.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to
Locked.
see.
Need a key to open this.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Hey. Got to remember to pack this for my neck. Should be able to explore the dark now.
Lara.
Another one of Dad's immortality.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about?
The author.
I may inquire.
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
Not sure.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What would...
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
They say a good...
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Amelia.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
My lord.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me. I'm a...
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
I would play chess with our old butler, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6.
Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
Every...
Dad loved a good bottle of...
Dad, this is it. The basement of despair.
Indeed, Lara. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there. See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Water damage from the main hall above. Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated.
Amelia.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
I've...
This music is familiar. It's beautiful. It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly? Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else here.
I've...
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life? This is my handiwork. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it, though. The Croft family. Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now. One of Winston's notes. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the
This
same
was always one of my favorite books.
source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time. Blank, except for the image of a key. I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
This picture was taken in the library. 1820. I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. X marks the spot, as they say. the master key. All right. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing. I think there might be more clues to find in the library.
Miss... I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Worse than I thought.
With Amelia.
My mother's perfume. Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful. There's a date, October. Their anniversary was in October, but which day? Oh, I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday. This is Dad.
After everything Atlas
I think this was Dad's pocket watch.
done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
At least that old thing still works. Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it. The inscription is faded. Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things. Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. He probably couldn't bear the idea of removing any of her belongings.
My...
Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
I stood.
I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember. Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
I returned home.
Blocks of red. Dad's favorite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination.
You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived. This was for a show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see.
Lara.
I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was... Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad. No, that didn't work. The answer...
My lord,
to be in the clues. Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out. No.
I returned home this afternoon.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you old fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite paint... For God's sake, memorize the combination, you old fool.
The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I? I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. Oh, that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. No.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara...
I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. I remember this now. I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won. That didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues. That worked. It makes me happy to know that Dad kept this safe. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to...
Dad, what did you do? Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it. Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page. Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important. The Croft family crest.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I don't... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair. My stuffed bear. I couldn't. A hidden message. What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue. A blank. A hidden message.
for God's...
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs. That worked. Damn, locked in. Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe? The missing page from the renovation plan. Might be able to use this tag. There's an inscription. This is the our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor? This was part of a set of steps.
It's over.
You brought her home. She's here, somewhere.
Richard.
Dad's collected knowledge. My love. Mum faced death alone. She was so brave. Dad's Tibetan scroll. Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
The rent...
Hide.
This bust of a new...
this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board. Nate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north. Incredible. This crypt was here all along. My God, can it be? Dad, you did bring her home. My great-grandmother Rose, nicknamed the Golden Rose for her perfect reputation.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love, It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me, with all my love, your mother.
What's this? A letter.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your father's assets are now yours in perpetuity to do with as you wish. If there comes a time when you require assistance in managing the estate, I hope you will consider contacting me to retain my services. Sincerely, your uncle.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
Hi, Dad. I've been...
The broken sword I brought back from Yamato. The atlas, such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. One of Dad's Yoruba masks, a gift from a friend he met on an expedition. I can still remember the last time I fired these. I know it's a lot to take in. I wish I could have been with him in the end. Knowing your people would be safe gave him comfort. He went peacefully.
Thank you, Lara. Our oaths have been fulfilled.
What will you do now?
This is still our home. We will rebuild. But there is much work to be done. There are still enemies in this valley.
And there is still much to discover.
Alexandra and her family are leaving too, following what's left of the old Soviet railway.
I can't understand that. What about our faith changes with Jacob's passing? This is still a sacred valley.
Is it? And what are we protecting anymore? The source went with Jacob. We all have to ask ourselves some difficult questions And I won't wait those that answer differently.
Hello there. Many of our people work the mines for the Soviets, even after we drove them out without strange sickness.
These are the miracles of the Prophet of Constantinople, unjustly murdered by order of Trinity. My Greek is still a little rusty, but it's pointing to something hidden nearby. I'll mark down the locations. A religious icon.
Another religion.
My lord.
Any day now, he'll come walking out of those tunnels. His wounds heal.
I hope to God you're right. Sophia is more than capable. But Jacob has been with us since our ancestors left Byzantium.
My grandmother said when mom goes down, Jacob vanished for nearly a decade. He did return.
Hello there.
Greetings.